there, BKFC fight fans. Susan Cingari here right after the weigh-ins with BKFC President David Feldman. David, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Susan. Thank you so much.
This card has been a long time in the making coming back to Kansas. Let's talk a little bit, give us kind of a rundown of some of the fighters on the card.
Yeah, well, we were here on March 13th. We did our press conference. We were about to do our weigh-ins, and we got a call from the governor that it was shut down because of coronavirus, so we had to shut it down. We tried to re-get it done again 2 or 3 different times, and here we are. This Saturday, October 10th in Salina, Kansas, we have the World BKFC Heavyweight Championship. Joey, the Executioner Beltran, will defend his title against Marcel Swift Stamps, who's going to be a barn burner. That's going to be an unbelievable fight. It's either going to be fight of the night, fight of the year candidate, or it's going to be an unbelievable knockout. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't wait to see that fight. Then on the co-main event, we have former 2016, or actually current 2016 Olympic boxing bronze medalist Nico Hernandez is on the card, and he's fighting local Wichita MMA fighter Chancey Wilson, who I had a good talk with Chancey yesterday, and he told me that there's no way in the world he loses this fight. He said, look, I have more than I'm fighting for. I'm not fighting because I'm an Olympic bronze medalist, and I think this is what I need to do. He said, I'm fighting to feed my kids. And, you know, that's a why, right? A why. So when you have a why like that, it's hard to doubt a guy like that. Then we have the longest tenured and formerly the most wins in Bellator history, David Rickels, is fighting Clifford Wright. That's going to be another barn burner. And then all the fights in the undercard. As you know, you've been following this for a long time. A lot of the undercard fights end up being some of the fights of the night. So we expect that again tomorrow night. Just so happy. You know, Kansas is actually the first state that we started once that verbally approved us, that we started lobbying 4 years ago. So here we are 4 years later in Salina, Kansas for our first show in Kansas. BKFC 13, October 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, only on the Bare Knuckle TV app.
You know, we're all looking very much forward to Paige VanZant's debut. Amanda Hebos from the UFC came out recently and says she wants to fight her in bare knuckle. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, you know, we'll see what happens if she's under contract. Yeah, that's going to be hard to get done. If she's not, you know, we'll see what we can do. We're actually doing a big tour for Who Wants to Be Paige's first opponent. We're going to start that on Halloween in Arizona, and then we're going to go to a couple different cities around the country. Paige is going to do really, really good things for us. She's training really, really hard. She's learning so much. She's doing really, really great in her training. So we're really looking forward to that debut, and we have to do it right, and we're going to do it right. And look for her in January. Paige VanZant's BKFC debut in January.
So many of the fighters on this card, fight fans, are from the Kansas tryouts that Dave held here recently. Let's talk a little bit about that and toe the line, because it's a really interesting opportunity for fighters to showcase their talents and get into that squared circle.
Yeah, so what it is, you know, we do all these things to try to spread the word about bare knuckle all around locally in the different communities, and we're looking for new young talent. And what we did is we did a tryout here right outside of Kansas City about a month ago, and we picked out a couple guys that are fighting on this card, and we're just looking forward to see what they can do. And this is how we're growing the sport. This is how we're getting it moving, by having the new fighters fight. It's you know, the old fighters, the older fighters. When I say old, I don't mean old in age, the fighters that we used to have. The current roster is great, but we need to expand that by getting new guys in, and that's what we're doing. Getting new guys and girls in here all the time, and that's why, you know, we're up to one show a month with BKFC, one show a month with Total Line, and then we have another series that's going to be coming out really shortly, and we're going to make a lot of noise with that, Susan.
And can you tell me anything about that, or do I have to wait?
It has something to do with bare knuckle.
Okay. As always. You know, Dave, I feel like since we've met and I started covering bare knuckle, which, as you know, fight fans, I adore, I feel like it's the branding for your organization should now be Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship takes over the world.
Well, you know what, Susan, that's actually great, because currently we're in the mix right now of signing some very great agreements all over the world. As soon as the borders open up and we're allowed to travel, we're going to England, Italy, we're going to Brazil, we're going to Russia, we're going to Japan. We have all these different opportunities for us, but you know, we're all tied down right now and we're not allowed to go. But as soon as the world opens up and everybody's healthy and we can go where we need to go, we're going to go, and we're taking over the world. This is 2021 is the year for the global expansion for BKFC, and we're so excited about it.
I want want fight fans to understand. I mean, I know Dave, and I've talked to him a lot, but I think it's important for entrepreneurs, and I also think it's important for people who get people say no to a lot of time. It took you how many years to get this darn thing legal?
You know what? It's funny. It's funny, Susan, because I actually did a Facebook post today. I just want to show you real quick. Timing, perseverance, and 10 years of trying will eventually make you look like an overnight success. 10 years, 28 no's, 28 states said no, lawsuits, death threats, everything that you could imagine to get here where we are today. And we just withstood the storm. And here we are. We're here on BKFC 13. We are probably one of the most talked about combat sports organizations in the world. And we're only 2.5 years into this. So imagine what we're going to be in 5 years.
Looking for great things to come before the end of the year here with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Thank you, David Feldman, for taking the time to interview with me. And fans, download that app, BKTV. It's available on Android and iPhone. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Susan.